Now sound comes back.
It's back, yeah?
It's back. Okay, sorry guys. Apologies. When the camera is touched, then you lose a bit of sound once in a while. Yeah, so yeah, that.
No worries. Hi. Okay, so
Where were we?
we were here. We were
Yeah, bro.
explaining the point of F4. Limits the scope of the light square bishop, forcing it to only attack mainly on the queen side where you've got a pairing accompanying bishop, and makes your attack in general easier because you never need to worry about counterplay of this bishop ever. You see those structures of moving the bishop, I don't know, here, then here, then here. You don't need to worry. Black will never invest all those many moves just to fight against the knight, but the knight still having the scope of going here or here, having almost the same effect.
That is true. Let's dream about this. What happens here? What's the plan?
Well, interesting. For this bishop, bishop just e2, rook here, push.
But where is the bishop going after d2?
After d2? Well, this is a weakness. Your primary goal as this bishop is to take care of this guy. Okay. Primary goal. So you don't really want to tour. Yeah, your primary goal is to take care of this, because that once it's secure, your pieces are now free to walk around. And
okay. We'll take it, but with a pinch of big heavy dose of what is this thing we shake that is the other word for it is saline. No, salt.
Yeah, because what to do, as in, you see, whenever you're always going to have, in closed setups, you're always going to have a good bishop and a bad bishop.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, or a good knight and okay, though sometimes you have a better knight and a slightly worse knight. So because of that, the exchange, your bishop is the one who's going to be mostly active. As you can see, the pawns are mostly on dark squares, so your bishop is going to be the more active one, and that it was key to make sure that this isn't really opposing this so much.
Yeah.
And then now we have space. We want to bring the knight here, castle, then if possible even maybe h3 and push.
You know, Ian, you're saying this on a light note that this bishop's work is just going to be, but it's a very important point to raise that because of its life, the way it's been squeezed now, it will be downgraded to a point where it's active, yes, doing something important. Not active, it's doing something important, defending this pawn. But if you look at the level of activity diminished, it's a light note, but very important, guys, to note your pawn moves. How do you maximize the movement for your pieces? Okay.
True. So anyway, we proceed. Where are we? So knight of bishop there. It is here. I don't want to be the one taking. Why is the engine suggesting that? Just give it a second. It sometimes reconsiders. I'm not sure you really want to take here. But the engine knows that you're supposed to. Oh wow, it's saying the power is about to die.
Let's just have a look at this once again to be sure that we are not actually off. And we are actually in trouble, guys. We need to get some power running into this one. Otherwise, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. How do we make this work? Okay, carry on, Ian. Let me fix
okay.
Because but the consumption is higher than expected.
Okay. So plays a bishop. Queen, very good. Now this is a very important move because we discussed earlier that the key point of this bishop and this pawn are to control this bishop. So if this bishop is lonesome and this bishop tries to make some moves, let's say here, you want a situation where you can always move forward with tempo or take with tempo, forcing an exchange, and then having your white queen replace the light square bishop as the main control or fighting force on the light squares. So the moves on. This was a plan that definitely was coming through. We discussed this later on. I pitched it a lot earlier, but definitely Kaloki had eyes for that. The knight moving. The knight comes to. Then the trade happens. Trade takes place, and then now this bishop is super happy because this bishop is a little bit less active. This is not an option anymore, and moving back is no option. Like this bishop is essentially semi-dead. The only chance maybe to activate is maybe bishop here, rook here, and maybe getting freedom for this pawn in some way. Yeah. Okay.
Around 4%, I think.
Okay.
Still at 4. It's not bad. Sorry guys, we're at 4% and you don't know what's going to happen. If you go, I just give us a moment to come back. We're charging as best as we can. It is what it is. Technical issues arise all the time. Let's close off a couple of apps. Reduce our screen brightness to a much lower value. We see. What else can we minimize, Ian?
Nothing much, because the main
Yeah, so
and the computing power.
computing power
As
for the
it
live
so.
stream, so that reduce our brightness a little bit. Turn off screen brightness. Let's see if Bluetooth is enabled. You can see, yeah, it's not. Just bear with us.
Sure. So anyway, the last move played was what? Now, bishop a6 was played. Wait, what? What was this? I'm sorry. That bishop. Like the moment this trade happened, much more powerful. Don't this point anyway, I'm guessing maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of players look at it and say it's bishop for bishop, right? A bishop is triple, another bishop is triple.
True.
You're 100% spot on. Happy to trade bishops.
Yes.
Because that's a bad bishop. I mean,
super bad bishop.
Yeah, so now
because now you're stuck with this beautiful bishop that you mentioned. Defense, then it could just be justifiable. It wouldn't be so much of an issue.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there is difference. You can see even the instant move knight f6 sorts every issue, and then now c5 is a thing.
And you know, oh, this is so bad. You know what's going to happen is at any time, and this is the thing you want to not this knight.
True.
With my bishop.
And then play c5 and then
C5.
you just...
But for example, at some point, let's say you play a random move. What random move can you play? Let's play. versus a bad bishop. So let's make one more and just no forward. It doesn't really work, and I'm ignoring this for the time being. How simple was bishop h6 can actually lose the game.
Yeah, as in, but we had discussed it before. We said that was that we close off this bishop, right?
Yeah.
So I think that was just a strategic mistake. But let's see. Remember, Bella is still Bella. Maybe she'll line out of this. Oh, and instantly Kaloki plays that move. And unfortunately, this one isn't very. There's no attack, unfortunately. So this is like a wasted move. So losing tempo again. Things are not looking good. Things are not looking good. I won't lie. Not looking good.
Okay. I think the idea is to sort of take this bishop. Either take with the queen, and if you take with the queen, then it means this knight also now survives. But you don't. If you take with the pawn, then you have to double your pawns. Yes, my knight gets kicked out, but now you also have doubled pawns, and this pawn will be very hard to defend, especially if this knight moves. So it's a bit of and I think let's is that happening?
Yes. Because you want to kick away this knight,
yeah.
And then now you quickly go for a trade, and then you want to, if no trade is accepted, then you easily try to infiltrate into the queen side, in some sort of. And black is just, white is going to be, this is a sitting dark, no scope, like no piece is
activity.
Active. Yeah. To a lost position.
So still thinking, so we can move on to the next board. This setup is like the Piat setup or pack. And these are thematic lines, so these guys know exactly the center. Why? This is the thing that in general what you want that gives you controlling the center via pawn. Of course, I can imagine to block this bishop, right? But you're also not blocking the bishop, and you're a pawnless. And when you pick like this, you now have this pawn sitting in an open file, half open file, and this can be very difficult to defend. So I'm sure this was a bit of a miss. Okay, now immediately taking. Sometimes you take like pawn structure improves the pawn structure for black. So really that's something you want to pay attention to. Bishop 5 recommends it. Perhaps is okay for black. I'm not sure. It's going to be used.
It's okay because and let's say this was not played. You have some activity here with pawn push.
But don't you still have it even after?
Wait, just one second. Wait. Because now you see this queen is forced to defend this guy, right? If your own pawn is there, always plus this I'm trying to
Yes, but we take the thing that kids health like just the same. And among them, no, this is the discovery that can happen. It becomes permanently bad, and then if this net can land here, like this is become probably
Okay.
more trades. The pawns similar on both sides. The pieces are comparable. Two bishop versus two knights, and none is particularly bad. So now the but it does have entrance squares. Correct, most Joyce versus
But kudos to that was Zuri we were looking at.
that was Cassidy versus Kimani.
Kudos to who's on the losing streak there. It was white.
White is Kimani. Cassidy won.
Yeah, Kimani. So Kimani after making the trade in the white square bishop, it's very impressive that she.
But not drawn yet. There's a lot of play. There's a lot of play, and actually, there's room to make so many mistakes. I would not put it at a draw yet, but it's an equal position.
Okay.
And it's hard to con someone. Would you draw this against Magnus Carlsen?
No. Most likely, I would find a way to make an inaccuracy and it punish me.
You'll find a way to lose by force. And yesterday, Magnus was playing a position really that looked not very different from this one.
And Saba won.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing 2600 GM thereabout, 26.
And it was blades.
Not blitz,
or rapid.
Rapid. And out of the opening, it was just a simple queen trade.
True.
Position was equal. Then Magnus won. It's ridiculous how he does it. This is London. I think Joyce knight to d2. It's really a thematic move. I believe what's particularly important in the line where sort of and I think then let's play 6-9. Now this is particularly important because you play the knight there c3. This bishop here. So this is then the knight can come up. Now the reason why all this is important. This came to f5 if you take the bishop, then I take here is lost.
True.
Now, if this knight comes here, then losing the rook is not an option. Then the knight comes out. Now, if you pawn structure looks is here, if you know your lines where black will not feel very happy. Of course, engine says triple zeros, but the triple zeros are not the kinds of zeros you like. Yeah, these are crazy zeros. You don't want to. For example, you have to play here. I don't think this is losing, surprisingly, as simple as it is. So it become, those white players now play against the, and the idea is to wait the land to really make sure that this particular can go any water. So again, I don't play it much. I'm seeing that pawn can be taken. I'm not sure how or why. Is that a possibility? Defend it twice. What's the idea, Ian?
That's what I'm telling myself. If knight takes.
Knight takes.
Interesting.
Knight takes for sure.
I'm not saying the move. Just a second, because if you take, I'm guessing the only move.
Take it. Knight takes.
I'm not sure if you should take the knight. Should you really take the knight?
Yeah, that's what you're trying to see why that doesn't work.
I don't think you should take the knight. Okay.
Taking. I think that's what we're looking at.
Oh, actually, it works. By the way, wait a minute. Because it's just a trade, yeah.
No, you've taken a piece. There are piece up.
No way.
What is a piece up? So how does black regain his piece? This is a nice.
No. Now this is interesting. I don't play the London, to be honest. Actually, even I'm actively against it. I'm actually
this is a tactic. What's the move here? Take it.
Oh,
we're missing something basic.
this pawn.
What takes? White has to play first.
Oh, white has to take. Okay, so take.
What is it? If I go, let's just move our piece back. Oh, then there's that move. You're a genius, man. You're a genius. Okay, fine. So
let's see if that was the engine line.
That's the line. That's the line. Because if you play here, the alternative is this move. Your bishop has to move either here or here. That's too much. Then this.
Yeah. Wow.
And if good job, Jan. Guys, put in the chat how well you learn that particular tactic.
Steps. Just 1 second.
Oh, so you start.
You can start with. But imagine if it.
Yeah. That
some beauty has been.
And the challenge with not doing it.
Yes. But I think that the line still works. What you can say in the first. So take is.
Oh, let's see.
Okay, much more. There is a difference. But it's not
It's a Cole system. And the Cole another and she's playing the Cole as well. What I okay. Then castle. Then he actually this. This and once putting a knight back. This was a game between because of the distance, and we don't even have a feed for the playing area. You can just bring the camera here. Maybe the distance is not affecting it. So if you put it near the door, it's near the door. You can adjust it. You see, maybe that's the reason. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm told that our sound is not good, so we're going to make a small adjustment there, then we come back in a short while. But maybe let me finish what I'm saying here. Then Cole actually what happened? We went to the front. What's wrong? What's going on? This move. I'm not sure what that was, but yeah. Let me look at the sound, sir.
No worries. Okay, so that's that for Nicole Albright's game. Remember, she's trying to secure this win. She needs this win. She only has 1 point so far in the Bilbao system. She really needs this. Okay, so no, actually, I think did she win yesterday? Yeah, she won. So actually, she has 3 points. She has 3 points, but she really needs this win in order to secure, just in case she gets a tough game later in the afternoon or tomorrow. So she really needs to win this. And so we go next to the next game that is between. Actually, that's it. So we can go back to the men's section. We've got Jorge Martin. I can see everybody is really taking measure of their time. Nobody is really down on time as we've seen yesterday. So let's go to the former national champion, that is Jorge Martin, against the was it? No, I did not see this entire game. So E4, That's where you move the pawn forward. You got playing the queen, this stuff, bishop, knight 3, and then this move, which tempts you to take, but taking here actually is not the best. You don't h4. Now this is connected, but apparently the top move, very interesting. Clearly means to update my French. I would not have thought this is a move, but I'm guessing because you definitely want to push and create weaknesses on the king side because you could castle queen side. Very, very interesting. Plus, pushing this forward, if this pawn somehow lands here safely and here, then definitely this bishop becomes very, very free. And now you no longer have a bad bishop despite playing the French. So this again, so very nice attacks, but it's a bit gone. You could have maybe held on to onto that, maybe drop a piece, maybe bring the rook here. So develop this bishop here, then bring the rook here, or something like that. Now, the engine is saying white is super winning, which is good for Magana. These two have got a love-hate relationship. They respect each other, never fail to throw jabs at each other. One calls the other person Kentucky chess before. And then we got this pawn to f4. But it's not so weird though, because after, if pawn takes, you can take, and knight takes, you can still take and pawn. Anyway, so let's proceed. Knight there, and yes, that is easily sorted by push knight 6. Clearly making sure that the knight and the bishop is secure, squeezing. Notice how it is only white who has anything in black's position. Black has almost no room, and though the engine is suggesting move the knight here, it is probably with the idea to bring it all the way back to c6, saying that, hey, my knight is a bit misplaced. But anyway, let's see. So g5, a bit ambitious because there is no reason to do this whatsoever. There is absolutely no reason. You've got no attacking plurality to attack on the king side. You're not castled. You've got insane weaknesses and holes in your position. This rook could always come here and join the party. Now, you do not want to be playing this at all. That's why the engine suggests that, hey, the move is bad. I'm going to say that you've lost a pawn just by playing it. So bishop black, the knight to, once again, now your priority is to reorganize your pieces. This knight needs to get back here. So you don't really want to be making more moves that do not suit your situation. Because if this rook comes here, or maybe his plan was to, in case the rook comes here, he wants to plug his, because you're not in time, unfortunately, to bring a piece to support this. So very interesting. That's why the engine punishes that move and says, you know what, lose, you have a pawn again for playing that move. So knight goes to h3.